I look like me.
Woo-woo! You look great.
Come on, come on, come on.
We can go in a snake style.
No, we'll be great.
Lord Jesus, we praise your name.
Oh, if you need to.
And we know that above all names, there's one that should be exalted, and that's the name of Christ.
Sorry.
And the one thing that sets you apart, O Lord, is that you took on the cross, you took on pain, you took on suffering, and you gave dignity to the lowly. You gave dignity to the prisoner. You gave dignity in so many different ways. And we're reminded that most of the Bible was written by man in bondage. And so, Lord, we pray that you would honor our J6 prisoners. Honor them. And prepare a day that they would be exalted as heroes, and that their testimony would be heard. And it would encourage so many people. So we pray for a return, a restoration of these men and women.
Amen.
We pray that you would cast out the demonic, feckless, coward politician that are occupying our halls of Congress right now. And Lord, I pray that you would replace every one of them with those that are in these cages, in these cells. The chief role of government is to secure our rights, to secure liberty. And what better protector of liberty than those that have been falsely accused, falsely thrown away? So Lord, we come here today to honor the J6 prisoners. We are proud of them, though the world shames them, mocks them, scoffs at them. We love them. And we pray that we can take part in their sacrifice, because what they're doing is worthy. So I pray for a special blessing on the folks that are locked up in the gulag right now, that these words will penetrate those walls, that they would feel our love. We pray for angels to minister. We pray that you, Lord Jesus, would come into the cage and tend to their every needs. We pray for their families, their spouses turned widow, their children turned orphan. We pray that you would give them a joy and a peace to know that they were chosen, especially by you, to endure because you knew that they could endure. And we know that endurance does what? It's a great thing. It's a great thing, Lord. So help us all endure. In your name. In Jesus' name.
Amen. 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 Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all! There's salt! Victory!
So nice to have you back tonight. Or I was watching on the live stream. You were going to come off my house. I thought you were like some like guy is getting into like, and I'm like, oh God. I was like,
say her name.
Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt!
Mention him by name.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Thank you. That makes me feel good, man.
No, I know. Come in. Yeah. Yeah. Coming around. Someone had to.
Wow, this is my manager. The guy that's playing right now, that's my manager. What's up, Bucky?
Stood on the battle cause they won't catch me inside. So let them patriots, they had tears in their eyes. They trying to steal our pride. I see you. I turn you on sometimes. Do you have bands in the music sometimes? Yeah, sometimes it's man.
like, he gave me pretty much my
Hi, Diane.
It's crazy to hear his music.
I'm glad to say hi to everybody that popped down here lately. Thank you for coming on. I'm sorry.
That's Professor.
If I see you run by, I'll say hi to you. Hi, Steven. Ossie.
I'm sending him this video.
Silly for him. Thank you all for coming out to
Professor Clemens.
Freedom Corner.
David Clemens. Professor David Clemens. Yes.
Got a big group here. It's going to be pretty
wonderful. This is a group. They flew in to pray.
Awesome.
To be out here.
This is his whole group.
And I just remember the pain that a lot of people were doing after that. That hurt a lot of people.
Woo!
I just want to about this.
Hi, Lynn. Got a big group here again tonight. It's going to be pretty
Every
dynamic.
night for 4 months
Thank you
here.
for watching over the pond.
Thank you, God.
So, thank you all for coming on. Tomorrow we'll be at the Supreme Court at 8. And we'll be going to the Capitol at 1. And then we'll be back here at 7. Now, I won't be streaming the whole time. I'll be streaming like at the Supreme Court, the Capitol, but in between I got to take a break and charge up my stuff so we can keep on streaming. Let's get something to eat. Got a lot of walking to do tomorrow. I don't have my convoy sneakers anymore. Thank you all for coming. We'll have a great time tonight. Ashley brought her bongos tonight. We're ready to go. Sarah's got her tambourine.
Good. About time.
Oh, I gotta share my location.
I'll help you with it.
Hi, Denny. Dennis. Who else is on there? Dennis. I say hi to Hossie. I can't remember. Hi, Valerie. Big group here tonight. Should be pretty wild. Hi, Evelyn. Yeah, get that speedo on there, turbo. This one group has been here before. They have the 24/7 prayer group. They're here, I think in October. They were very good. Had a good time with them.
I feel so much better.
Yeah, I love it there. Sherry and me are going to be staying at the same place for 2 more weeks. The lady that was going to be letting it out, she got COVID, so she won't be able to come here for 2 weeks. So that's going to work out for a while. The lady that we let out from has a house. It's just like 4 miles down the road. She's going to rent it out to us if we want it. 4-bedroom. So we can get a few more people to stay there. We'll be all right. Hi, Kathy.
I love it.
That's right, Turbo. Make sure you dress up, put your bow tie on.
I'll put it on there.
Hi, Oki.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's great. Yeah? I know.
They come to you and me in darkest hour to show us heaven, to teach us how to give, to guide us when
Hi, Gloria. Brian. All life matters. If you haven't Sherry's YouTube, storm over there and sub to it. If you haven't subbed here, please sub here. Hit the like button and share it out to your media platform. That's the only way we can get this out to the world. Hi, JB Beard.
They come to and me in our darkest hour to show.
All right there, Marlene. You have a good night's sleep. Don't forget to say your prayers. Don't let the Betty bugs bite.
To guide us with a light of love. To guide us.
Oh, happy birthday. You can join it with us all day there, Brian.
Where's Dwight and Lily at?
Oh, they may be on the way. Yeah.
Are we here early? I don't mind being early. I'd rather be early than late.
That's right. At least you got a parking spot.
Yeah. Well, we would have been here a long time ago today, but if we had just made it like back to the house and turning point USA thing and the other
Hi, Darth. Hi, Jeannie.
It was awesome. It was so much fun. Yeah, it was so fun. They were so mad.
I hope they do, Diane. This group will drown them out. they said, we hope the evil ones don't show up. I go, this group will.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, they will drown them out.
They'll pray them out anyway.
Yeah, one or the other.
Singing louder than ever at them. They got so mad. I'm like, oh, who are you?
I love it. They get mad so they scream loud things at us.
Yeah, and then you literally say anything. You're just so offended.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be greater tomorrow, I think, Gloria. Hi, Nina.
It's right there, stand up. It's so
Oh, sweet. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. My name's Jennifer.
I'm Richard.
Nice to meet you. I'm so grateful to have you here. That's awesome.
You come back over.
Yeah? Good. I know I missed that night. Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. That's awesome. Sherry told me how she answered y'all's prayers from the front of the building.
A lot of helicopters
She
flying
showed up
around.
when y'all got done praying for something. I'm sure you where this was. I was like, God is so good. So good. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Excuse me, I'm just sitting in the courtroom today, so that's a chore.
There's Mama Mickey, she's back. Y'all saying hi to you.
How you gonna do that? And he's on the roster now. Like, you have to go through another screening process, but still,
He made it through. I'm like, what? You gotta be kidding me. Crazy. What's praying? Oh my gosh, yeah, praying to get out of there. It was awful. Yeah, it was really good. I don't know if I'm live on recording on YouTube. I had to, so I got to relate to everybody that's going on. Of course, there's always prayers. I pray for everybody every day. God's moving. Thank you. You know, thank you. Always. That's why we went to the 40s. 40 God.
I'm from Alaska.
Five eyes for an angel.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Hi, Debbie. Better say hi to Wyoming girl. Better get that in or she'll be screaming at me. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. It looks like we're going to have a rip roaring time.
The guy that was prosecuting,
Yeah, a lot of helicopters been flying over.
So you don't mind if I post your picture?
Yeah, they're down here tonight.
People voted David in to be the president by a big majority.
Oh my gosh. How did I miss it? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just not thinking of it.
And they had Stuart Rhodes. Yeah. And David's attorney, his name is Joe Miller.
I've got me and Mike Liddell here.
Mine's boring.
Oh my God.
David. They had witnesses that were
I don't think they're going to come tonight. They're going to get booed off stage if they show up.
So the judge said, well,
Bobby and Mike Liddell. My son's in there.
he didn't have any criminal offenses because he was there. He was trying to call him both people.
Second of course he's going to be at the Capitol. If he's representative.
Well, yeah.
Hey, there's going to be a big convoy coming
Oh, that's
up
great. They
there.
start burning inside.
Yeah, right.
Let's train it, Uncle Bud.
Exactly. So,
What happened?
well, the judge dismissed the case.
When it's so dry here, the mold will not die. Yes, continue there too.
Okay, I'll follow you.
And so then, now I found out today that
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Getter and Shoes also.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. Going up the sidewalk behind me also.
and I kind of was hoping they would. So it's like, I think what happened is that they got scared. They wanted to stuff David.
Oh, that's Jan 60 TDs. I run a page for the guys that are all locked up.
They're still
My
coming
name's
in,
Sharon.
folks.
I'm Kathy.
Hi, Diane.
Nice to meet you, and I'm glad to follow you. I'm going to put that picture
So
on my
they're in
site.
Indiana, Diane. I know Mags is coming. And, I thought Oreo said he was going to be here, but I don't know. I haven't talked to him for a while. Hi,
I'm
Ruby.
so glad you're here. Man, we got a big day tomorrow. I'm excited. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a big day. Your hair looks good dark. I like it. Thank you. I like it a lot. Because it was light up. Yeah. It was good. It was great. I don't know why I remember because they happened a long time ago. 10 seconds ago, forget about it. I can tell you from 30 years ago. When I'm live streaming, it's like I'm coming to the house. Yeah, which is good. And then I also found out.
You have a good idea. 前面这群人啊，他们是一个24小时祷告的一个服务，这是他们第2次来了。
They're all back there signing
然后后面还有一个人，
letters from the prison book that Debbie donated.
这样挺好，这样挺好。你要去吗？正好路上来。如果说我们经常来就好。
I did not see Sue Mom.
我今天一看怎么那么多老外来，挺开心的。
Oh yeah, they're all going to be here tomorrow. They already said they're going to be there at the Supreme Court, and probably filter up at 1. We have a memorial for the 4 killed that day, and we'll be back here at 7.
Richard. Awesome. Well, I don't want to beat up the rainbow too bad because I don't want to isolate anybody. So if it keeps a positive confidence, that's I'll hold the other side of your flag and then we'll say
They're trying to make sure that.
all right, so after the song we'll go.
Good to see
I do too. Well, you know, everybody has their life to live, you know.
Outside of and now she's trying to act like
No, I'm not going to turn the stream back. Oh, there. That's your last night. This is the center we wait till tomorrow.
Is she live streaming?
The Patriots. You guys all look familiar. Been here before.
Right on. Yeah, that's true. They do show up when we have big events. Thanksgiving, we had a couple rallies. A lot of people showed up. Yeah, they brought a big bus. There's 2 big buses out there.
Well, they're going to be out. They might even come to the I mean, they
There's 100, 150. I hope it wasn't sticking to your chair. No, I'm just pointing forward because some of the people that come here do not want to be streamed. I can't tell you why. I don't want to give anything away. If they come out front here, it's their problem. But back behind, I'm not going to show. Hi, Katie.
Hey guys, so glad to be back here on Freedom Corner and to be blessed with so many patriots here tonight. Thank you. We're looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. This is my special friend Barrett. I met him in Texas. He did an angel wing doll of Ashley, and he has some flags and some butterflies he wants to talk about real quick.
Yes, the butterfly effect cannot be stopped. The hurricane is coming. It is the battle against the sodomites' rainbows. It is God's patriotic flutter flag. They're free if you want them. They're right over there. But please wear them in the march tomorrow. That's all I'm asking. And this is the woman's battle flag. Women who love men and hate feminists. It's their battle flag. It was fashioned by Joan of Arc 600 years ago. And it's women's battle flag against the extreme lefts. And it's in honor of Roseanne and Ashley. They're wearing Joan of Arc's armor in honor of Jesus Christ, our King.
Yeah. Amen.
So if you want to wear one of these, bring one of these in the march tomorrow. It's free. Just bring it in the march. That's all I ask, and you can take it home. And I'll monogram it.
All right, thank you, Barrett. So the flags are on the wall if you'd like to carry one tomorrow, and the butterflies are also on the wall if you guys would like to carry one tomorrow. So once again, good to be back, and thank you guys.
Where and when is the march?
Who here is here for the Supreme Court? 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We are going to be at the Supreme Court at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm going to play this short video. It gives a brief overview. This is part of a national campaign that we launched here about 3 weeks ago. So I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Vance. He would go on to say that evil is powerless if the good are unafraid. Well, you and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth. But we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
There are millions, tens of millions of Americans that are sick to their stomachs about what's happening to you all, what's happening to our country.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars.
People around the world have had enough. Corruption in governments, lies in the media, personal interest over the people's interest. Is there any chance that we, the people, can restore our republic?
We, the people.
It's amazing that the Constitution is set up in such a way for the people to go to the most powerful branch of government.
Lloyd Brunson's strategy works this way. After the 2020 election, hundreds of citizens and elected lawmakers stepped forward with evidence of misconduct, malfeasance, and criminal behavior during that election. Well, Brunson's argument is that Congress was constitutionally required to investigate this evidence through their oaths of office, in which every member swears to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
So we're not suing about the outcome of the election. We're not suing to put someone in office. We're suing to remove the security breach. And the security breach is every single member of Congress that refused to do their job and defend this country. When you petition for redress of grievances, you don't petition to the Congress. You don't petition to the president. You petition through the courts. And then the final court of the land, Supreme Court of the United States, is the final say on that petition for redress of grievances. And that's what we've been able to do.
And it's been said if we lose this war, and in so doing lose this great way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those that had the most to lose did the least.
You can leave a legacy for generations to come that you were part of restoring our constitutional republic. And it's so easy. Here's how. Get 2 envelopes, 2 stamps, 2 pieces of paper, and $1. Copy goes to the Supreme Court, the other to the Brunson brothers. If you like, and as a way of saying thank you to the Brunson brothers, add $1 or whatever you want in the envelope. They've been working on this for over 2 years, spending thousands of dollars, representing all of us, we the people. This is urgent because this case is slated for January 6th, 2023.
Well, I think it's high time now that we ask ourselves if we still even know the freedoms that were intended for us by our founding fathers. Every generation of Americans needs to know that freedom exists, not to do what you like, but having the right to do what you ought. And that is the freedom that I wish for you. set yourselves apart from this corrupt generation. Be saints. You weren't made to fit in. You were born to stand out. God bless you.
So I wanted to play that video, just give everybody just a basic overview of what it is that's going on. Tomorrow at the Supreme Court, the justices are meeting in conference to decide which cases to take up. One of them is the Brunson versus Adams case. The Brunson versus Adams case, essentially, in a nutshell, is calling for the immediate removal of 388 elected officials who subverted the Constitution, subverted their oath of office, and did not investigate 100 congressional allegations of fraud having to do with our election. According to the Constitution, they are obligated to investigate. The mere fact that they voted not to investigate, they broke their oath to the Constitution. It's really that simple. Now, I think we all recognize, that much of this is a long shot. But we started a campaign a few weeks ago with many other organizations and organizers across the country to send letters to the Supreme Court urging them to take up this case. More importantly, hand in hand with that, we've asked people to come here to DC, stand with us in front of the Supreme Court. I know other organizations have. I expect that there will be quite a few people here tomorrow at the Supreme Court. Many of us have been fighting on the front lines. It goes back, I co-founded CAP, Citizens Against Political Persecution with Terry Casanova. That was last April. At the time that we founded CAP, no news organization, even on the right, was broadcasting and talking about what these guys are going through. And the one thing I do want to say is this. Regardless of what you think occurred on January 6th, the crimes that were committed or whatever, every single U.S. citizen has constitutional rights, the Bill of Rights, and most importantly, due process. So regardless, whatever you think about happened that day or didn't, what this is about is justice. Justice requires due process. For political reasons, the guys that are in here and at various facilities across the U.S. right now, we have 79 of them in pre-trial detention. Many of them for well over 720 days in counting.
727.
Robbed. Many of them never ever spent a night in jail prior to this. Yet they are denied bail. Murderers get bail. These guys aren't. It's the political nature of it all. These guys here are the tip of the spear. I just want to make a couple of other points. One of the things that we need to do, and we as patriots all across the country need to start standing up and speaking truth to the lies. One of the biggest lies we hear all the time, a threat to our democracy. We need to stand up and shout it from the rooftops. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. That is what our founding fathers did.
Amen.
It's a lie. It's a lie meant to dupe the American people. And when Nancy Pelosi gets up there, and when these judges in the very courtrooms in here talk about it being a threat to democracy, the very documents that put them in office and gave them authority, they want to shred before your eyes. This is where we are in America. And that's one of the biggest reasons why, I joined Mickey here on August 1st to come here to this corner, hold a nightly vigil, and get the message out about how these guys are being treated. Every American should be up in arms. If these guys aren't worthy of due process, who are we to expect any of us to have that? We have a federal government that is out of control, the overreach of our federal government. And there's no better example of that than the 10 square miles here in Washington, D.C. And the time that we've been here, we've seen the corruption that exists here. But you know what the greatest power in America is?
We the people.
It's not D.C., it's not the federal government, it's not the DOJ, it's not the FBI, it's not the CIA. It's we the people. That's the greatest power in this country. But only if we can unite together, stand up and with one voice say enough is enough, all of this could be over with quickly. I don't know if everyone here knows who I am. I'm Randy Ireland. I'm the founder of Americans for Justice. I founded Americans for Justice for that very purpose. We on the right fight so many different battles, whether it's election integrity, freedom, southern border crisis, our political prisoners, CPS and child trafficking, what they're teaching in our schools. So many of us, there's a battle that's closest to our heart. What we don't realize is we're not dealing with the root issue. The root issue is our Constitution and due process. That's the one thread that they all have in common. And so we're so focused on time, volunteers, the dollar, donations, and all of this. That's why we're losing. We need to come together as one people, with one voice, unite, and address the root issue. Demand due process at every corner of America. And it needs to start at the local level. So, you know, that's me and my soapbox. But the one thing I will say is, you know, I've been fighting for a long time for these J6s. I mean, there's been so much, you know, we have this nightly vigil here every Friday. We also do one at Northern Neck Regional Jail. When we first got here, I want to say in the last 6 months, there hasn't been a new detainee brought in here. For the most part, they were going to Northern Neck. We have had so many of the guys here go to Northern Neck. And you know what they say when they get to Northern Neck? Please, I wish I was back in the whole of DC. Northern Neck, people are assaulted on a routine basis. They are mixed in with career criminals and general population. And I mean, the atrocities is endless. But we've been working with, and I'm proud to say, we've been working with a phenomenal group of patriots, the Northern Neck Patriots. We've been working hand in hand with John Haynes from the Northern Neck Sentinel. And we've been exposing a lot of that. We've attended the last 3 or 4 board meetings. The board meetings are held every month, open to the public. Mikey was there with me last month. I was there yesterday. The one thing I can say is, since we started doing a lot of that, actually just, I believe it was just before Christmas, we had 6 guys that was transferred to Lewisburg. We've since had, I want to say 10 more transported out of there to Lewisburg, and from what we understand, that within the next couple of weeks, all of the J6s should be out in Northern Neck. So that's great. And the one thing I will say is, I mean, these guys have called in. Many of them have told you, you know, here over the live stream. Lewisburg is the best. Brandon Fellows is an individual that's been to 9 different facilities. He was here. He went to Northern Neck. He wanted to be back here. It was so bad in Northern Neck. But more importantly, the one thing he said to us is, here at Lewisburg is the best facility that I've been to. The J6ers are pre-trial detainees, the majority of them. And at Lewisburg, there is a pod specifically for pre-trial detainees. So they're not all J6ers, but at least they're not in with career criminals. And the other thing is they get served real food, they get healthy portions of the real food, they get to actually go outside and exercise every day. That's something that none of these facilities in the DC area have allowed. We have a number of guys, I want to say 11 or 12 now at the Alexandria. They are in lockdown 22 hours out of the day. Their mail is getting returned. What these guys are having to endure and what they've had to endure for the last 2 years is absolutely stunning. And it breaks my heart. And every single one has a story. The one thing I will say is, at this point, at the latest count that I have, I believe there's 114 currently incarcerated for the events of January 6th. Out of those, like I said before, 79 of them are pre-trial. Many of them have been since their arrest, over 700 days ago. We have a gentleman in here by the name of Jonathan Millis. He's been in here for over 650 days, has yet to have a bail hearing. Let that sink in. Not even had a bail hearing. The other part of it is, there's a constitutional right that every single one of us Americans has. It's called a speedy trial. Before January 6th, that meant that if the DOJ and the FBI brought a case before the federal court and they weren't prepared to go to trial within 70 days, the judge would release the person, drop the case. Since January 6th, it's been flipped on its head. And the one thing that I have not heard said in media in response to a lot of this, you know, the DOJ and the FBI say, listen, we got 14,000 hours of footage and this and that, we can't possibly go through all of this. Well, guess what? And this is what I've never heard in any mainstream media, left or right. Then why did you arrest them? Why in God's earth did you arrest them if you weren't prepared to go to trial? And this is the beginning of it. These judges sitting and presiding over these trials, we've witnessed so much corruption. These judges are putting their thumbs on the scales of justice. Witness tampering. There are in the Oath Keeper trial, we saw 7, 8, 9 witnesses that the defense wanted to bring in. Some of them got a visit within 24 hours. Once the prosecution found out about it, within 24 or 48 hours, they got a visit from the FBI and the DOJ. They were threatened with charges. In a couple of cases, they were actually charged to prevent them from taking a witness stand. It's not right, people. And the saddest thing is, you know, we all have a constitutional right to a public trial. Guess what? They're not broadcasting anything from these courts. They're not even, in many cases, they're not even opening it up so you can dial in and listen. You have to come here in person. It's a shame. And so our rally tomorrow, we've termed it Restore the Republic. Because if we can, if the Supreme Court can pick up this case, and that's really the only power that we have, is to urge them to take up this case. But if they were to take it up, with basically the swipe of a pen, they could immediately change the trajectory of this country. Return it to be a constitutional republic as it's meant to.
Amen.
The people that are underwriting the very corruption that we see every day going on around us, those are those 388 people that voted to not investigate issues with an election. So, I just want to say thank you so much for coming out. We're going to have a great day tomorrow. It's going to start out tomorrow, 8 a.m. in the Supreme Court. We're going to be there at 1 o'clock. We're going to go across to the Capitol. We're asking for everyone to bring flowers. We're going to put flowers on the steps of the Capitol as a tribute to Ashley Babbitt and the others that died. Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, Benjamin Phillips. And then ultimately we're going to end up back here. Most likely we're going to try to do a march. Anyone that wants to join us from the Capitol to here, right down Pennsylvania Avenue. It's about 2.3 miles, I believe. So it'll take a little bit. But I mean, my biggest thing is, you know, we're here to draw attention. And what would the optics of a march from the Capitol to here, leading into a nightly vigil in support of these guys? You know, more importantly, there are vigils going on all across the country. We're going to try to have a setup here where we might be able to kind of broadcast a few minutes of different ones around the country here tomorrow night. So we're going to try to have that set up. But I just want to say thank you so much for coming out, supporting, standing up. We need Americans all across this country to stand up. And the other thing I would say is this. I mean, I've had so many conversations, even this week, close friends of mine. We are so far gone as a country. How can we expect to come back? My answer to that is this, the truth. The truth exposes the lies. It exposes the corruption. It exposes the hypocrisy. It's like what I was saying about democracy. That's one of the big lies. It really is. Another big lie is what you hear from these politicians, especially these judges in these courts. They always talk about the peaceful transfer of power. We need to stand up and say, don't ever expect to have a peaceful transfer of power if we can't have a free and fair election. Free and fair election is where it starts. And the one thing that I will say is there are so many questions that have remained to this very day unanswered about that election. We're not sitting here, I'm not going to make the claim, but what I'm saying is, you know what? There's so many unanswered questions that haven't been answered, and there's been a huge cover-up. January 6th was the biggest cover-up of them all. And these guys here are imprisoned. They're used as pawns. And the biggest thing that our government does, the mainstream media does, is broad stroke everybody. You want to stand up, you call yourself a patriot, you call yourself a Christian, you're extreme right-wing. What is extreme right-wing? You know, I'm an Air Force veteran. Over half of the guys currently incarcerated are decorated military veterans. They are the best among us. Purple Heart recipients. They went out and sacrificed, and they're being treated like this. Many of these veterans, make no mistake about it, their benefits are being taken away. There's one guy right now who's incarcerated, I believe 100% disability. Not only has his benefits been taken away, but when they call up to find out what's going on, they have attempted to erase his entire military record. This is a cover-up. And we, each one of us, what we can do is speak the truth to everybody around us. Our family, our friends, our co-workers, everybody. Because at the local level, that's where it starts. And I'm not saying in one conversation you're going to change your mind. But what you're going to do, you're going to plant a seed. And when the next person comes along and says the same thing, you're going to begin to get them to think about it. Our #1 mission in life right now, regardless of what happens with the Supreme Court, it's to win hearts and minds. And you do that by being bold and speaking the truth. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Randy. Okay, it's the honor. Hi, Tona. When they're speaking, I don't talk. So hope you having a great time like I am. Large group out here. Thank you for coming on. More to come yet. Hi, Sage. Hi, Matai. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Terry, Key. Thank you all for coming on here, Diane. We will, Diane. We already have a plan. We'll be fine. We slept out on the lawn for 34 days. That little group out there, we ain't afraid of no pinheads. Hi, 49. Hi, Deborah. She's with one of the prayer groups 24/7. You can call them at any time. I don't have the number right now. I can't remember actually what their group is called, but they have a prayer line that goes 24/7. If you need a prayer, you just call them and they'll pray for you. Well, Diane, if that's God's mission for me to be in jail, that's all it's gonna be. Get out there and dance, Mom. You got it. Hi, Sean. I said, when somebody's speaking, I never speak because we need to hear what they're saying, especially when the day 6ers call in. I won't even answer any questions. The Banks is here. I talked to him, gave him a big hug.
Fabulous.
That's right. We need to raise up those Halloween.
I can be blown away.
Hi, Ron.
I'm good. Probably. Sorry, just sitting in court. I don't do that for my clients. I can't do that for only if I have to, right? Right. Oh my goodness.
Secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth.
If y'all come here, you get to sign the book. It's gonna be priceless. Oh yeah, me too, Lynn. This group was here once before, the 24/7 prayer line. I think we're gonna have a call.
I'm so happy you're back, Nikki.
John!
DJ Jerome.
And Randy was holding it down really well. He's so awesome. We all love him so much, and really appreciate it. And I hear he's pretty popular over there at the Northern Neck too. Him and Mel, and you're popular everywhere. So I just want to say thank you everybody for showing up, and thank you for tuning in online. It really means a lot. We got January 6th coming tomorrow. I want to. I just want to thank you guys real quick. I'm going to let you know, please, to support this movement, please visit 4ashley.com. That is the number 4, Ashley with an I.com. And if you would like to get to know us Patriots better in our own words, please visit wearegoodmen.com. And you can also order the book on that website on the top, wearegoodmen.com. You can order the book, American Gulag Chronicles, put together by Marie Goodwin and Tim Rivers. And they are amazing patriots. They are 100% of the proceeds go to J6 Legal Funds. So we are so grateful for them, and they're heroes of ours. Please check it out. So I have a quick announcement, and then I want to talk about something that happened today. So tomorrow night is January 6th, as you all may know, there's going to be a vigil here in D.C., but there's also going to be, by the Williamsburg Republicans, they're going to be holding a vigil. Steve, Heather, and Fran are organizing that, as well as I believe my sister and my mother are down there. They're going to be in front of the courthouse in Williamsburg, Virginia, and they're going to be live streaming, or not live streaming, but they're going to have a loudspeaker, and they're going to be have a crowd of people, and then also there's a vigil in Loveland, Colorado.
There's Tona.
They're going to be at the, I forgot the guy's name, but it's the Vietnam Memorial Park. So it's a park, and it's got a big, huge American flag. There's going to be a crowd of people around the American flag, and they're going to also be having a loudspeaker. So when we call in, the Patriots, I'll acknowledge this when we call in, we're going to be addressing 3 vigils at the exact same time. Right. So it's going to be really cool, and we're going to do the anthem that way too. And I believe we're going to be filming the anthem of course at DC, but at the other 2 locations as well, so that maybe we can kind of put a video together and use all 3 of the locations.
There's going to be one in Georgia as well.
If there's a way we can link that in, I would say get in touch with Steve who's organizing that. So
okay.
if you want to link them in too, just talk to Steve. Talk to Sergeant Steve.
And there's also one in Clearwater, Florida, and where else? Los Angeles. So.
In Australia.
Yeah, there's one in Australia also.
Having a candlelight vigil tomorrow evening for J6.
That's right.
Maybe if every everybody could like get onto one line so it's easier for us to get to you, and I'll just call you Mickey, and you can get me over to Steve. Maybe everybody can link over to Steve, and then I'll just call you Mickey. You just get me over there, and we'll be linked in with everyone at the same time.
We'll work on that.
You guys have to figure out however many you want to link in, man. I'm down.
We need a long string.
It'd be amazing, and I would say anybody who wants to link in, we would love it if they would videotape the anthem, and then so we actually splice these together and make sure that the person videotaping it gets the crowd and the landmark in the shot, and is not singing. The person holding the camera cannot sing, because we learned that in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that the person holding the camera, if they sing, they ruin it. So because that's all you hear is the sing. So you want to hear the crowd sing. Not, they're too close to the microphone or whatever. So awesome. I love you guys, and I want to address something that. So Mickey, maybe you can talk to Steve. Maybe you can get with Steve or something.
We will work
Hello,
on
Tim.
that. We will, yeah, we're going to work on that. I mean, I'm not sure I'm calling into Colorado at some point, I believe. I talked to Shane, I think, about that, but I don't have,
okay.
Yeah, Shane needs to hook me up with a number, or Tana with my number, so.
Yeah, Steve has Tona's number.
John, I'll coordinate with Steve.
There you go.
And,
yeah, Steve has Tona's number.
I'm planning on having the big screen out here, and we're going to broadcast out here a few minutes from each of the visuals that we can get links to.
Wow, that's amazing. So, I'd say, yeah, this is going to be fun.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'd say maybe try to get them in. I mean, you guys figure it out, but I think if it's easier if I call you and then you call one, and they're already linked in with the several other.
Okay, well, I'm just going to stay the hell out of the way, because my technological abilities they're not strong. But check with me on the tablet tomorrow before things start happening, because we have a lot going on. So when we work something out, we'll let you know. But Randy said he's on it, so we'll go with that.
Awesome, cool. And all right, so I want to address something with the something happened today. So yesterday we had a flurry of activity. We had about 7 maintenance crews come in here at one time. We had a shakedown from the lieutenants, make sure there was our cells looked up top to spotless and all these things. We had all this flurry of activity. We had a congressional visit this morning. Congressman Troy Nils and 2 of his staffers came in, and they were swarmed by about 15 DC jail employees. So we had captains and majors and a bunch of suits. So I don't even know who those guys were, but. So Troy Nels was the only congressman that came, but he had 2 of his staffers with him. And they talked about, it was very short, it was maybe 10 minutes, maybe that, 10, 15 minutes. And it was basically the treatment. He was very interested in the lack of visitation for 2 years. We let him know about several of the incidents. We'd already given him a list, got him a list of incidents and problems and things. And we talked about the visitation was his main concern, because we have not seen our families in 2 years. Right. And he kind of put them on the spot, the captains and the majors, and we were like, they think, so it was kind of funny to see that. But we also addressed the Ronald McAbee situation about him being sprayed several times and slammed on the ground and he was nonviolent. It was all just because he was not wearing a mask when he went to go get tow call, and we know he's in touch with Mac's wife, and also Troy Nels is a former sheriff. So Ronald McAbee is a former sheriff's deputy as well. So they're both cops. So he has a soft spot for Ronald McAbee. Hopefully we'll see some progress there. I want to say we were excited before he showed up. We were looking forward to it. We were on the edge of our seat. And he came in. We weren't able to address really the issues that we were hoping to be able to, morale wasn't the best after he left. But I just want to take a moment to thank him from the bottom of my heart for showing up and for showing an interest and caring about our well-being and our visitations, because it is something, and I don't want to. Yeah, absolutely. It's something, and it is not everything we wanted to hear. Because I mean, we have high hopes. Every time we hear something like when Marjorie Taylor and Louis Gohmert came, everybody was crying. It was just this spiritual experience where we were all we felt the love, and we felt that they knew that we shouldn't be here, and this was wrong, and we knew that, we could feel it, because we are being railroaded. It is 100% certain we are being railroaded. Many of us watched Roseanne Boylan die right in front of our eyes, and we were unable to address any of these issues with Troy Nels. He really just kind of glossed over those things. We tried to bring him up, but he didn't want to. He's like, we know all that, and you just kind of go through it, and he just wants to get back to the visitation, the treatment here, the jail. Really, there was one issue. So I just want to, whatever you may, you may hear, some of, griping or anything that we were, several guys felt like.
Well, I want to let you know that there are people trying to inform you of some things. One of those people is Donna Fiducia, and I was supposed to read you the letter that she wrote, but I might have, if you can call back, maybe Randy could read that out loud to you, and you can let the guys know what she's talking about.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Can you call right back, because I have people that are trying to make it here that are lost, that are trying to call my phone, so call David's phone back.
All right.
Okay,
all
thanks.
good. No, I'll let you guys go until the end. I'll just.
No. David's ready. Just call him back, and then Randy can read. Randy can read the letters.
Can I call Randy? Is that better?
Yeah, I guess if you have his number.
Cool. Awesome.
No, call David.
Mama said.
One of the things I just want to remind everybody, what we do tomorrow, every step of the way, we are doing this peacefully. No violence, no breaking the law, and anything that law enforcement says we respect. And if there's anybody amongst us tomorrow that espouses anything different, we are, and what I'm asking for is everybody to loudly point them out and escort them out from among us. January 6th was a big learning lesson for everybody. If we all stay peaceful, regardless of what happened, we all, if there is a threat, we need to get away from it. We can't use this. We have a constitutional right to be here. We have a constitutional right to free speech. We have a constitutional right to peacefully protest, to assemble, and a redress of grievances. Each one of those is what we will be exercising in front of the Supreme Court tomorrow. But it must be peaceful. So, I just wanted to put that out there and make it very clear. Absolutely no weapons of any kind, no violence whatsoever. And anybody, please bring it to our attention in a loud kind of a way. We will make sure that they get away from us. The biggest responsibility is these police officers need to do their job, period. And that's our expectation. We have a constitutional right to be here. It is their responsibility to make sure that we can exercise that constitutional right. So, I just want to make that very clear. I didn't say that earlier and I meant to. The one thing I will say is, I've had the enormous privilege of being out here with Mickey. From the very beginning, she had mentioned and reached out to me and was like, if Ashley was still with us, she believes that Ashley would be here fighting for these guys and at the steps of the courthouse, drawing attention to this. And so the whole reason we're here is to keep alive that spirit of Ashley. And, the one thing that I can say is, and Nikki can attest to this, when we first showed up out here within the first week and these guys started calling in, the first thing that they said is, oh my goodness, you have no idea what this means to us. We felt forgotten. And you being out here, now we're entering our 6th month of being here. Every night. Now, Nikki and I haven't been here every single night, but the vigil has been going on every single night. And so I know it's very important to them in there, you know, and as long as we're able to, we're going to be here. If you do want to support the vigil here and what we're doing, the best place to go is www.4ashley.com, ASHLI.com. There is a way to contribute there on that page. So we can only do this with the support of you guys. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. All right, cool. Well, yeah. So we had an eventful day this morning, and I just wanted to, you know, I just want to reiterate, thank you, Troy Nels, for taking the time out of your day to come and show that you care. So I really appreciate that. I don't know, you know, I don't know what's going on down there in Capitol Hill, but I hope whatever happens, you know, you guys investigate the truth of January 6th.
Okay, here comes the letter that Donna Paduccia wrote to Congressman Mills.
Awesome. Awesome.
I am a former Fox News Channel anchor. I am a former Fox News anchor and currently host a show, Cowboy Logic, with my husband, Don Newman, on Real America's Voice Network. This up-and-coming network also features Steve Bannon's War Room and my former colleague at Fox, Ed Henry, in the mornings with Karen Kurtz. We will be on with Ed and Karen tomorrow morning discussing the 6th anniversary and the prison conditions. While we are grateful that the congressman took time out of his busy schedule, given what is going on in D.C. this week, sadly what he saw is the opposite of the truth the past 2 years. One can only speculate why that is. But the cleanup and slightly improved treatment started after Republicans took the House. I'm not sure if the congressman is aware that the vast majority of those incarcerated have not been tried yet. Basic due process rights have been totally denied. Many are in pretrial detention for going on 2 years. Even Judge Royce C. Lambert cited the jail for civil rights abuses in October of 2021 and held DC jailer Wanda Patton and Quincy Booth of the Department of Prisons for contempt of court for failure to turn over medical orders. There are a number of J6 defendants who have life-threatening illnesses, including cancer, for which they were denied treatment for months. Most are veterans. One has cancer from his service at Camp Lejeune. Starting yesterday, we were told something is up, as cleaning crews descended on the prison and it was totally clean. We can only assume they got the word a lawmaker was going to visit. The fact is there is no hot water for weeks, and miraculously that was restored yesterday. The heat was also off for the recent cold snap for over a week with temperatures in the single digits. What the congressman saw was a 5-star hotel compared to what conditions were like at first. And truthfully, for the most part of the last 2 years, they have never been allowed a video conferencing with their loved ones, let alone visitation. In other words, they have never seen their loved ones in the past 2 years at all. And when they meet with their lawyers, they are thrown in the hole for 2 weeks, citing COVID as an excuse. Our concern is that there has been only one side given in this story, especially by the 160 men. Many are surprised when informed that there were 4 unarmed protesters not just Ashley Guy, who was herself an injured veteran, given an honorable discharge. That's part of the 14,000 hours of video proof that the January 6th committee has refused to release to the public. Sadly, much of it shows these men were defending themselves and nothing more. They respect police and first responders. Perhaps that's because the majority of those incarcerated are veterans, like the congressman. In fact, 72% are veterans or police or both, also like Congressman Neal. And we thank him for his service. But given the thousands of hours of video proof that has not been made public, I'm afraid that congressmen, like so many in D.C. and around the country, are only seeing one very lopsided story from that sad day. There is a laundry list of problems for those incarcerated in D.C. and around the country that we would love to discuss with the congressman. I'm sure he would be appalled if he heard them. But the bottom line is that they are simply wanting basic due process. which has been denied for 2 years, and it seems like that was lost in the Congressman's visit earlier today. I am concerned that he'll go back to his colleagues with the idea that there is no problem there or at any of these prisons around the country. I invite the Congressman to call me about this and she gives a phone number. Again, we will be on Real America's Voice tomorrow morning and then 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time hour if he'd like to come on to discuss, as Paul Harvey used to say, quote, the rest of the story, end quote, or at any time in the future. Thank you for your time, and please give this problem the attention it so richly deserves. Again, I can be contacted at this email or by this phone number. Donna Felicia.
I love her. She's amazing. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you,
so
Cowboy
much.
Logic.
It is so invaluable having allies like you, and you know, and I am so grateful, and I don't want to gloss over the millions of allies we have out there that write letters and help us. You guys are amazing, and just thank you all. It means so much, and I want to put you on the phone now with, if it's okay, with David Dempsey. He would like to talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
And I know you guys are aware he's been going through some tough times lately.
Yeah.
All right. So here is David Dempsey.
David, 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 David.
What's happening, brother?
You know, I'm here. I just wanted to express my gratitude and my thanks to all you guys for the moral support and the prayers for my grandmother. You know,
What's that?
It's a hard thing to deal with, just in general. This makes it a lot worse. But having the viewing today, and you know, of course, I'm missing that, and sucks, you know, on more levels than one, because I was raised by my grandparents on both sides. So I'm a grandparent kid. Mom and pops were absent in the early parts of my life, reintroduced later on, and so I have a very close relationship with my grandparents, and you know, my Fomor, which is Fomor is Danish for grandma, but my Fomor, you know, was an amazing person who saved me and my brother from a lot of heartache and abuse in the foster care system. She was unaware of it because I didn't tell her, but she helped me, and you know, in my life, my brother, and she loved me unconditionally, and you know, I wasn't ready to talk on the phone with you guys over it, because every time I talk about it, you know, it fucks me up. But I just wanted to, like I say thank you to everybody who has helped me throughout all of this, and who's offered me condolences and prayers for my situation, because it's hard. This is way harder than dealing with my
I just want you to know that, you know, we're all out here thinking about you, praying for you, and especially through this difficult time. You know, I'd like to express the condolences of everybody out here.
Well, I appreciate it, everybody, because I need it. I need it a lot. I try not to, you know, dwell on it, but when I find myself in my cell by myself at night, you know, I'm just hit with the you know, the realization that, you know, my grandparents are gone, and I could never pick up the phone and call, and I could never go see her again. And I'm just glad that my daughter,
Need to pray for this guy.
Level 3 sex offender.
It's a pinhead.
You know about Marcus Kopik? I know all about Marcus Kopik.
Try to ignore him.
Randy Ireland, did you tell them about Marcus Kopik, the level 3 sex offender?
Need to pray for this guy. Satan is whispering.
Randy? Did you let them know about Marcus Kopik or Frank Ledford? Don't worry, I'm here to let them. Hey, Mickey, nice for you to come back to the vigil today. I haven't seen you for a minute. How you doing?
Like I said,
we got a big day tomorrow, don't we?
Yes, some of us have a big day.
Marcus Kopik, level 3 sex offender. Numerous people here are streamers from the 1776 Restoration Movement, left over from the People's Convoy. Marcus Kopik raped a 13-year-old. These people have been hanging out with the pedophiles. How about Sean, Mickey? Sean ran the Thanksgiving vigil here, didn't he? He raped a 14-year-old, got her drunk and raped her when he was 24. Sean, he's one of the J6 prisoners here. Why don't you tell him about Cynthia Hughes?
We must be making a big splash because he had to come.
Cynthia Hughes has stolen money from the J6 fund. I bet you didn't know that. Randy, did you let them know that? I'll let them know that.
And we're not talking about them. We're centering on the J6.
$1 million. 40% of that money went to the board of this J6 group, the Patriot Freedom Project. All the J6ers are being bullied by Cynthia.
He must be making a dent because he has to come. He's worried about us. He's worried about us. Make sure you pray for him.
Have claimed that money has been taken.
Make sure you pray for him.
Donate to the prisoners. Donate to their own personal accounts. Their own personal GoFundMe accounts. How about you tell Randy about how you stole Convoy to Save America from my friend Marisha Morgan? She now has a convoy called the Hunt for Freedom. She's down in Tennessee. In February, she ran a convoy to support the Canadian embassy, the Canadian convoy. Randy is now in possession of that convoy and was stolen from her. Randy Ireland is a liar. Three known pedophiles. Marcus Kopik, he's a level 3 sex offender. I've been protesting since the line, exposing me to people. Exposing them. I don't love pedophiles, so you can, I can love you, but I don't love pedophiles. God, Jesus does not support pedophiles. Don't ever support pedophiles. Research Cynthia Hughes in the Patriot Freedom Project. $400,000 did not go to those J6. Shut up, Floyd Hole. You're one of the people supporting those pedophiles, Floyd Hole.
Hey, he's gifting money because he has court on Monday. That's the only reason why he's here. He needs money to go to court, so just ignore him.
13's restraining order got dropped. Save the children! Save the children! Randy Ireland, tell them! Tell them! Let them You guys have been dying, now you got a whole shitload of people, huh, Randy? Randy, let them know about Cynthia Hughes! Tell them about Sean raping a 14-year-old! Mickey!
So let's keep on talking about it and ignore him.
Let them know! David Valentine, you piece of shit!
See how they talk? See how they talk?
I didn't ever say you were going to be on Valentine! Cynthia Hughes. Cynthia Hughes. Look at this, Cynthia Hughes. USA! 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 Hey, John, tell them about the pedophile. Tell them about Frank Whitford. Tell them how you set the somewhere in the parking lot with children in a parking lot with 2 registered sex offenders. Oh, God. Oh, Wanda. Oh, my God. 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 Use my Mother's Day. Keep it up, Becky. Talk about my Mother's Day. Oh, my God. 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 Fuck you. Fuck Ashley Babbitt. Thank you, DC Police, for putting a bullet in her head. Thank you, DC Police. Thank you, should have put 2 bullets in that bitch. Use my mother! Use my mother, you dumb bitch! Washington, D.C. I got Mickey in my side. Tell him about Frank Whitford, Mickey. Tell him about the pedophile. Tell him about Sean. They're gonna eat your cat. Tell him about Sean. What's wrong with your cat? They're gonna eat it. Talk about eating my fucking mother's cat. That's terrible. It's a terrible news that you're on the right side of history. Not only are you protecting pedophiles, but you pieces of shit are talking about eating my mother's cat. You're talking about eating my mother's cat. What kind of sick motherfuckers are you, huh? Talking about eating a mother's cat. That's what you do. That's what freedom is eating mother's cats. Is that what a true patriot does? Eat mother's cats and raise children? Is that what you guys are standing for? Shit, I will not shut the fuck up because pedophilia is sick. So come tell them, you know you're a pedophile. You seem to be the only one that's focused on that. That's why we're here, General Sunshine. Holocaust topic, level 3, sex offender, Google it, please. I'm an anti-vaxxer, you dumb fuck. That's what's fucking great. I am a fucking anti-vaxxer, you piece of shit. That's what's so great about this. I don't hang out with fucking pedophiles, though. I'm doing the trucker convoy with the convoy shit peddlers. I'm not more. Shut your fucking mouth, Sherry, you dumb bitch. Shut the fuck up, shut your dirty fucking mouth. You're a lying bitch, and you're hanging out with these non-protect pedophiles. Look up Cynthia Hughes. Cynthia Hughes, Patriot Freedom Project. $400,000 went to the people. Glory hole, do something, glory hole. Not much you've been doing shit but eating fucking all your bread. These poor guys are eating ramen noodles and you're getting yourself better by the fucking day. We don't care. We don't care about people who protect pedophiles. I don't care if you have 100 people here. I will come every fucking day and talk about not raping children. Save the children. Save the children. Save the children. lying piece of shit. Hey, shut up, you can't even complete a sentence without starting, retard. Tell him the two pedophiles that he spent all summer with. Tell him Frank Ledford and Marcus Kopic, level 3 sex offender, simple Google search will find it. M-A-R-C-U-S.
I still smell the smoke, I can taste the mold.
I know how much you guys hate. Why not? Keep saying my mother's name, you dumb bitch. Why not? I'm sure I'll fucking leave if you say my mother's name. Why not? Say it again. How was your son? Why not? 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 Thank you, Capitol Police, for shooting the terrorists. Thank you for shooting that terrorist. Thank God she's not going to be bleeding. Thank God she's not going to be bleeding. Yeah. Keep saying my mother's name over and over again. That's how you're going to get rid of me. Classy people to hang out with here, guys. Nothing that after someone's mother. Nothing says freedom like going after someone's mother and saying you're going to eat their cat. You're going to eat the cat. You're going to eat that cat.
Where's Wanda? Where's Wanda? Where's your mommy? Where's your mommy? Wanda! Wanda!
Thank you for Mother of the Year. Mother of the Year, wait, I don't even think you hung out with your daughter before she got shot and killed by the Capitol Police. I don't think you even hung out with them. Her husband hasn't been here. Is he fucking that other girl that she was screwing? Is that where he's at? They were having a threesome, weren't they? We love Christians, don't we? Tell them about how she smashed into her. Where's Wanda? Where's Wanda? Wanda! I love it. I love it. Thank you. Anything else to make any great wise words from you? The protest of the year? Protest of the year? Anything else about my mother? Say it. Worm food. Wanda. Nothing says freedom like eating people's mother's cats. Nothing says freedom like eating people's mother's cats. Nothing says freedom like eating mother's cats and hanging out with pedophiles. That is what freedom is. And you wave some flags and you sleep in parking lots with fucking children with pedophiles.
I fixed it with my face.
Come at me. I'm here. Come here. I'm not afraid of anybody. I've been doing this since July. I don't stand up for fucking pedophiles. Come on. Pedophile protectors. Marcus Kopic, level 3 sex offender, raped a 14-year-old. Took her panties.
Okay, what
and
I
had a
was
panty
saying
fetish.
there's a gentleman who's locked up. His name is
He's the one who
Billy Newton.
raped somebody. She was 14.
We found out today that a while ago
he was at Thanksgiving vigil here on Thanksgiving. Randy knows how to pick up. Right, Randy? I know that you were the Northeast convoy. I know that you stole the convoy from my friend Marisha Morgan, you lying piece of shit, Randy. Tell him, Randy. Tell him about the pedophiles. Tell him how you said you wouldn't let David Rydell to the vigil. Tell him
about that. Tell them it's way too late for you guys have been okay with people who have raped children. How can you even say that you're going to go over to actual protest saving the children when you're hanging out with people who have raped children? Messed up beyond my own repair. I actually need assistance.
Go get a real job. Don't do the dirty job, okay?
I
have numerous jobs, but I'm here to exposing pedophiles. Keep her woman in check, please. Keep her in check. She's saying a little too much. Thank you. Tell them about the pedophiles. I'm here to tell them about the pedophiles, Randy. I'm here to tell them about the pedophiles, and I always tell them about the pedophiles.
They won't even take my temperature and check my blood oxygen to make sure it's not an emergency. I guess in order to get any health care in here, you have to be within seconds of death, or maybe you have to actually shaking my head.
Alright? Show a little respect for America. A little respect.
Okay, yes, this is a good thing for absolutely fine. So I need to ask for what legal action for money. We all know how good is doing his job right now. He has also had serious breathing complications a while back and was contracted COVID. Right now, he is being denied proper medical care since his breathing issues resurfaced. We are asking that anyone that had the time to call
they think that pedophile and pedophilia is cool. Save the children. Save the children. Save the children. You can follow me on YouTube at DOA.
We'll post out on the live stream for each of you. If you want to call the number is 719-784-91100. The number again is 719-784-9100.
He has a panty fetish. How can you be an American and hang out with people who are associated with grown men with panty fetishes, who raped their stepdaughter and have no remorse? Maybe you don't know what level 3 sex offender is. I didn't know a couple months ago, but I know now. Level 3 means that you have no remorse and you're highly likely to reinfect. Not only do you have one restraining two sexual offenders in the convoy. And John, this guy, this fat guy with the beard, he was there. Lori B was there. Lori B right there was there.
It's the Proud Boys. The Proud Boy Leadership
David Valentine was there. He was there with that pedophile. All of you guys are guilty by association. Yes, and not only that, not only did you hang out with a pedophile, David Valentine, but you followed a restraining order that did not stick because you're a liar.
It's conservatism and patriotism against Marxism and globalism.
And that will not stop me. I beat all 12 restraining orders and all 12 of them because you're lying.
That you will see related to journalism. It's going to garner more attention than any other. And for that reason, it's a huge opportunity for truth to expose the lies and slander. And so, what I would suggest is that everybody tune in. We're going to get report updates direct from the court twice a day at the noon recess and at the end of the day. Pete Santini is leading that effort. We need to blast this out to mainstream and independent news outlets across the country. I said earlier, our number one job in life right now is to run hearts and minds, and we do that by speaking truth that exposes the lies and hypocrisy. This court case is going to give more advice. Many people have said that the Proud Boys are racist, white supremacists, white nationalists. Could not be further from the truth. I'm a former Proud Boy myself, I know. I would never belong to an organization like that. More importantly, and this is the other thing they say, is that the Proud Boys are anti-government. Newsflash. Like every patriotic American citizen. We are not anti-government, we're pro-small government. There's a difference. And every single newspaper across this country who has said the Oath Keepers are anti-government, that the Proud Boys are anti-government, or any of these others. They need to face charges or lawsuits for slander. And this is the whole point. If we do have a constitution that means anything, then we need to stand up and we need to fight. And that's why we call this the trial of the century. So check it out. Pete Santilli, we're going to be blasting stuff out. We need your help to do it. You know, being here in the corner, doing this, and even our live streams, so much of what we do here, we're censored, we're deplatformed, we're shadow banned. It's hard to get out of that echo chamber. That Proud Boy trial represents an opportunity to address this across the nation.
Yes.
So, please, you know, we're going to be, there's so much that's going to be coming out that we're going to be covering, but we need all of your help on social media to blast it to everybody. So, I just wanted to mention that. Thank you so much.
Amen.
No, there's actually, and I'll be making, I'll be doing a post, but there's actually a an app that Pete Santilli came up with called the Trial of the Century. I want to say, I can't remember the website off the top of my head, but I will get that, and we'll be putting it on our website. We'll be putting it on For Ashley website, and we'll be giving it to all the live streamers so that they'll have it. But if you, I will make a post about it. Actually, I think I have over the last few days or over a week. If you go to our Twitter account, you'll see it. Our Twitter account is #4 Justice. If you do a search for that, it should come up. And I mean, there's actually an app. There's actually a QR code that directs you to it. But there's a focal point that we're going to be directing everybody to. All of the updates that we give out will be available there. And again, it can be used across all media outlets. You know, we need help to blast this out. We are in a war against the Constitution. And it's time that we start acting like it. It's time that we stand up and start getting this out. Like I said, the only way that we ultimately will save our country is to speak truth and expose the lies and the corruption that we've all been swamped with for the last decade, 2 decades. You know, it goes back. It's deep. The corruption's deep. But we the people, that's where it's at. Mickey has a saying, we the people, be the people. That's what we need.
Get the fuck out of here, please. Please. I'm being fucking real nice. Leave me alone. Thank you. Yeah, God bless you. Randy, you're a piece of shit. Marcus Kupik, level 3 sex offender. Look him up. Google him. He raped a 13-year-old. There's nothing about freedom or MAGA or left or right. If you're an anarchist or a libertarian, there's no friends of mine, no MAGA friends of mine believe in raping children. Except for kids raping children. That is horrible. No MAGA friends of mine rape children or want to rape children. None of my friends on the left want to be involved with raping children. Tell them, stormtrooper, tell them that you're just here for the grift. Tell them how you've never given any money to the commissary. You've never bought one ramen noodle for them. You're just here for the grift, for the J6 grift. How many millions of dollars do you need to raise, Mickey? $2 million? Tell them about your son's sentencing, his hate crime in California and San Diego. He was sentenced in December, wasn't he? How did that go? Your son called a black guy in the N-word and assaulted him, a construction worker. Huh? Why don't you tell them about that, huh, Nikki? Or how about when your daughter ran into her lover's wife? You stay on the ground, right? So I see that you got some of your Chinese-American culture in the Unitarian Church. Nothing screams a cult like busting protesters in. I thought MAGA was against protesters. Busting protesters in, huh?
And
How do
really
you bust
appreciate it.
protesters in?
And you know, even allowed
Over there. Yeah, you just show up now? Where have you been? Shut up, Randy. I can't hear all your bullshit. Tell them about Cynthia and how she stole the money. Tell them about Cynthia and the Patriot Freedom Project. Oh, man. Tell them how DJ Jerome said Cynthia was stealing money from the J6 Fund. Tell them. The J6 Fund, Patriot Freedom Project. Yeah, that was they raised $1 million. Yeah, I'm telling them right now, Randy. I know they said it over the phone. I didn't even know about it. Or whatever it is. They believe calling the inmates and they voice their opinions about how Cynthia's stealing money.
You go ahead and call in and they can let them hear it.
About that. That's what's interesting.
My girl just wrote me and said she's watching a true crime story where the investigators pretend to be a sweet sympathetic girl.
Cynthia made $300,000 for Sunday.
Please bang your head on the wall about blank, or at least think about that for the people.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to do.
We got 2 minutes until the anthem. I'm going to just use this moment to shout out the most amazing, spectacular woman in my life. I love you so much. You're the most amazing woman I've ever met in my entire life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. You are my angel.
Is he married to her girlfriend?
Tomorrow is an important day. It's a milestone, and I just want everybody to pray for Mama Mickey and for Ashley Babbitt and for Roseanne Boyland and for Kevin Greason and Benjamin Phillips. Mickey, you're an amazing woman, and we're so lucky to have you. This movement wouldn't be what it is if it weren't for you. You have really stepped up in such an amazing and spectacular role that nobody ever imagined. And we're so grateful. Thank you.
You're saying that Sean McHugh is not a pedal? Sean's a pedal. Sean, the J6er is not a pedal? He's not here waiting for you. Oh, yeah, sure. The government's will tell you that if you ain't true.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the whole of USA! 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 USA!
We love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
God bless you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
God bless you. And text, and don't use the tablet too if you need to, because we're going to be everywhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll text you, and we'll get a time to check touch base. Cool.
Okay, thank you. Stay strong. We'll be out here tomorrow. Love you guys. Good night.
God bless you.
Wanda. Ask Wanda. Ask Wanda.
Trashy piece of shit. You know, my mother's name. it. That's why I'm fucking here, because you're trash. You're the biggest trash. You're not a patriot. You know nothing about freedom. You haven't even did any activism before this. I've been an activist for 10 years. Dirty, lying piece of shit. Unitarian church, we don't like culture. The Moonies are not welcome. Come back, we're in America, honey. I live here, honey. American flag holding, the flag is holding. We're not respect America. Thank you, Capitol Police, for protecting the Capitol on this great day. Tell them about all your sons being that construction guy. Call him the N-word. Call him the N-word. Tell him, Mickey. Tell him he was sentenced in San Diego in December, wasn't he? Where's Ashley Babbitt's husband? Why hasn't Ashley Babbitt's husband been here one time? Why does he not support you, Mickey? Or is he having too much fun with his other girlfriend?
This is day 729 of the J6 political hostage crisis. Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Barrett, Kevin Gleason, Benjamin Phillips, Officer Brian Sicknick. Rest in peace. The following is a list of those currently incarcerated for the events of January 6th.
$2 million, you got a nice shiny car. Thank you, Ashley Babbitt, for giving me a nice shiny fucking new car.
Joseph Biggs,
Nothing like a jail advocate, like a new fucking
Nicholas
car.
Brokaw,
You're eating good.
Jeffrey Scott Brown, Jeremy Brown, Trevor Brown, Alan Byron, Daniel Caldwell, Jacob Chancey, William Pressman, Hoover Meredith, Lonnie Kaufman, Mason Person, Kevin Creek, Lucas Denny, David Dempsey, Charles Donahoe, Robert Flint Fairchild Jr., Scott Fairliam, Brandon Fellows, Kyle Fitzsimon, Mitchell Gardner, Robert Geishman, Grant, Matthew Green, Andrew Griswold, Timothy Hill Cusinelli, Thomas Patrick Hamner, Kenneth Harrison, Donald Hazard, Albuquerque Head, Brian Jackson, Shane Jenkins, Douglas Jensen, Justin Jersey, Daniel Johnson, Daryl Johnson, Cash Kelly, Josiah Kenyon, Julian Cater, Billy Newton, Matthew Kroll, Jacob Lane, Nicholas Landran, Nikki Larson Wilson, Samuel Lazar, Marcus Malley, Christian Manley, Cody Matisse, James Mark, Mark Mazza, Ronald McAdoo, Patrick McCaffrey, James McGrew, Sean McHugh, Jeffrey McKellar, Kelly Meggs, Jonathan Millis, Garrett Miller, Matthew Ryan Miller, Scott Miller, Jordan Mink, Robert Moore, Jonathan Mortifoe, Marshall Neff, Daryl Neely, Ethan Nordine, William Robert Norwood, Joseph Padilla, Robert Palmer, Dominic Pizzola, Mark Ponder, Scott Pruitt, Christopher Quaglin, Barry Ramey, William Rogan Reed, Guy Reffick, Zach Reel, Stuart Rhodes, Howard Charles Richardson, Thomas Robertson, Daniel Rodriguez, Greg Rubenacker, Jeffrey Sable, Ryan Sampson, Ronald Sandlin, Salvador Sandoval, Troy Sargent, Peter Schwartz, Christian Secor, Jeffrey Sills, Barton Shively, Charles Bradford Smith, Peter Stager, Andrew Taki, Enrique Tario, Evelyn Thompson, Dustin Thompson, Daniel Warmus, Jessica Watkins, Thomas Webster, Jack Whitten, Ricky Chris Wilden, Anthony Williams, Kyle Young, Christopher Georgia, Matthew Perna, Mark Ernst. Rest in peace. Those are a lot of names. I believe 6 or 7 or so just in the last few days have been brought to our attention that need to be added to that list. And this list is growing more and more every day.
How can you support the J6ers if you're allowing money to be stolen from the J6ers?
I just want to, you know, the arrest at this point in time, we have over 1,000 J6 defendants. Of those 1,000, 465 cases or so have been adjudicated in some way, shape, or form, whether it's gone to the trials and found guilty or plea deals. Out of that, we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 118 currently incarcerated. Some people have, you know, they didn't get any jail time or prison time.
How can you stand for America?
30 days, 60 days,
Not
90 days.
using that American flag as an article of
The
clothing.
vast majority
Please
of those
display
that
that
are
flag
left
properly. Check out Army flag code.
ultimately
It's important if you
most
stand
likely
up for
going
this
to face
country.
trial.
How can you be a patriot and disrespect the
And
flag
so
like that?
we
Men
just need to
fucking
keep
died for that
everybody in their
fucking
plane.
thing.
You know,
Men
we
died
hear
for
from
that.
these guys directly.
You haven't done shit, so you
Every
can't
single
say
one of their
shit.
stories
And who
is
you
a
calling
very
fat,
heartbreaking
Scott?
story.
Who you calling fat?
The most heartbreaking of it all is
Look at
each
yourself.
one of these men have families. Many of them have wives, children. These lives have been destroyed for the last 2 years. We, as American patriots, need to rise up and support them while they go through this. We know it's politically driven. We know it's unjust. And so, I just want to, really quick, I just wanted to set the stage. We have a program that we launched last September in partnership with Look at America. Citizens Against Political Persecution put a rally on here in the city, or at Capitol Hill. In the aftermath of that, the guards in this facility messed with the food of our J6 political hostages. They cut their food in half. The half they gave them, they put chemicals in it. They gave them rotten food. We launched a program called Food for J6ers. This past month, we were able, with all the donations that came in, to put $200 on the books for every single person incarcerated. We need about $30,000, between $30,000 and $35,000 every month to do this. And what you need to understand is that little bit allows them to buy commissary to complement the food that they are getting. It also allows them to buy clothes, to stay warm, and it also allows them to communicate with their families. So, if you'd like to donate to the Food for J6ers program, you can either go to Citizens Against Political Persecution website. That will be www.citizensapp.us. You'll see a link right on the front page to Food for J6ers. You can also go to the American for Justice website, www.4justice.org. It's one of the biggest things that we can do to take a burden, at least a little burden.
Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt!
You're killing us, magnified. How come you don't call out Joe Biden? Call out Peter Joe! I dare you to call out Clinton! I dare you to call out Pedophile! Peter Joe! Hey, you are a demon! You're looking for the devil! You shut up! Come out!
Alright, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who's come out. We did it early, so we're going to bring this to a close. I want to say thank you so much for promoting this country. Thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to all the live streamers. We cannot do this very important work without you guys. And those of you watching to the live stream, please share this out with everybody you know. We're here to bring attention. We can only do that with your help. Thank you so much. Everybody to join us, sing along with us. We will sing our closing song, God Bless the USA.
Yes!
Oh, money. the freedom. This is the freedom. This is who you're aligning with. This is the best America has to offer. This is the best that MAGA and the right America has to offer. This is sad. This is sad. Tell them about the Unitarian Church and how it's really a cult. Tell them, Rachel. Tell them. Tell them how many protests have you been to? I've been to hundreds. Hundreds of protests. Hundreds. Hundreds of protests.
And they can't take that away.
Proud to be a pedophile hunter. Save the children now. There's young children be violated. We're not going to Epstein's Island. Epstein is a pedophile protector. Saving children, telling them that you're a part of it. Don't you even think about going to a drag show and thinking you're going to protest the groomers when you have pedophiles in your group. All you had to do in July was say that you did not want to be associated with pedophiles. But instead of doing that, you allowed me to build a platform against pedophilia. We have united hundreds of people. Military, Air Force, Marines, numerous police officers, DC police officers, Capitol Police, all against pedophiles. Because we know that all you had to do was disassociate. That's all I came from. I traveled all the way across the country from Oregon to ask about Bandit, Marcus Kupik, a level 3 sex offender. I can't wait for tomorrow.
You can trash. He's so trash.
Some new music. You've been playing the same music. I'm sorry, prisoners. I'm sorry, guys. Be locked in. No one wants to hear the same fucking song every day for months on end. For the love of God, I'm sorry. They only know white music too. They only know white people music. They've never watched Blood
USA.
They've never watched Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out. We will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. at the Supreme Court.
I'm an anarchist, you idiot. I'm a libertarian anarchist.
Thank you.
Very much.
Guys,
Look at what you did.
we will see you tomorrow morning, 8
a.m. You're hanging out with pedophiles.
This is Lala. So beautiful. That's beautiful. Patriot. Yeah.
他跟我的车来去多好，是不是？在机场嘛，还要送还要接，
对对对，
麻烦。坐我的车来回，我去接他也没多远。
他老公说怕开夜车了，他说，对，怕万一开出事了。
12个小时就到了，13个小时。
对对，12、3个小时。
啊，这个神经病，大家应该一起叫神经病，亏喜。
就是。我骂他是 American trash， 美国垃圾。
大家一起齐口同声的叫他亏喜。
I'm running for your heart. I'm running for your heart.
talk with the American church. It doesn't work. We tried. We already tried. It doesn't work. 那跟那些脑残讲话一点用都没有。Okay, I will stop here. See you tomorrow. Love you guys.